Hello everyone on YouTube. Today we have a tutorial on how to stream on Facebook Live from OBS Studio. There are multiple platforms and encoders and methods that you can use to stream on Facebook Live, but OBS Studio, I find it to be by far the easiest method, and you don't have to waste money on any physical hardware. You just download the program. If you have a computer, you can stream from it. The hardware requirements to stream are not that high. So in today's video, we just want to go over how to stream on Facebook Live if you have a Facebook page, and we're gonna go over the basics of how the program works. So some things you will need before we start the tutorial. Number one, you will need some sort of video capture or some sort of video source, either a game or a desktop or a webcam, or if you want to do like tutorials based on your sharing your computer screen, you need to have a source, obviously, to stream from. Number two, you will need OBS Studio, which is the program that we will be using to stream from. You can either download it from the link in the description of this video, or you can go to obsproject.com and get it from there. And number three, you will need a Facebook page. Okay, by a Facebook page, I don't mean a Facebook account, not a personal Facebook account, but a Facebook page, because currently there is no way to stream through OBS Studio on a personal Facebook account. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna go over is how to create a Facebook page if you don't have it. Right now I am on facebook.com in my personal account, and all you really want to do is go up here to the search bar and type create a page. Let's leave it simple. Create a page, press enter, and then you will get this Facebook shortcut which says create a page. You want to click on that, and here we go. Basically this would walk you through it. I'm not gonna proceed any further because I already have Facebook pages, and if you are looking at this tutorial, chances are you have a Facebook page already, but if you don't, this is how you do it. You would basically choose whether it's a personal, a business, a community, a public figure. You have to categorize it, explain a little bit about what the purpose is, and it's a free Facebook page. So I have already a Facebook page created. So the next thing would be to download and install OBS Studio. I went ahead and did that, but if you didn't, you can go to obsproject.com as I mentioned and go ahead and download it for Windows or Mac, depending on your operating system. They also have it for Linux, which is really cool. So once you have OBS, I'm gonna go ahead and open up a new OBS. I have it running right now, but I'm gonna open up a new window, and I have this new scene created down here. Now let's briefly go over what are scenes, what are sources, what's this mixer, and what are these controls here. So basically a scene is a mixture of different audio and video capture devices. Each scene can have different audio and video capture devices depending on what you want to use each scene for. So you can have one scene for Facebook, one scene for Twitch, or you can have one scene with graphics, one scene with just your webcam. For example, just to show you guys, I have one here that I use for Twitch, which shows the my logo here, which is for chess. Okay, if I were to open up a website right now, I'll go to chess.com and I'll go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and add a window capture, and we're gonna choose Firefox. Okay, so as you can see, it added a window here with my web browser, which is Firefox. And it's covering my graphics here, so I'm gonna go ahead and send this source back. As you can see, I'm moving it. And basically what would happen if I were streaming is that I would have my on the left hand side here, I would have the game, the chessboard, and on the right hand side here I would have the logo and some stats if you want to put up there, comments, somebody subscribes, etc., etc. So each scene has a different use. This scene, for example, just has my desktop, and as you can see, you have an infinite loop because right now the desktop is recording, OBS is recording itself, which is recording itself, and it's like an infinite loop. But let's start from a new scene. Okay, so as you can see, I have a new scene. Then over here to the right, we have these sources tab. When you add a new source, let's go over briefly what each one is. So an audio input capture can be anything from an audio interface, a USB microphone. If you are bringing in external audio from some sort of playback device, anything audio related, you will have to input an audio input capture. Now, audio output capture is basically your speakers or your built-in audio card on your computer. So if you'd like the sound from your desktop to show on the Facebook Live, then you would add your audio output capture. Some people like to add music that they're playing on the background. So you'd say you're playing a YouTube video, you also want the music to come out, and so you would add this. You have a browser capture, you have a color capture, display capture. Okay, so I want to briefly go over display capture. Basically adds your desktop screen. It records and shows everything that you do. So whether you are in a browser or in a Word document, keep in mind it will show absolutely everything, including your toolbar. And then you have other kinds of captures like game capture. If you're specifically trying to stream a game, images, you can do image slideshow. For images, you can add graphics, logos, trademarks, watermarks, you name it. Okay, you can get creative. You can add your social media. You have a scene if you want to layer scenes on top of one another, or use one that you've already made as a template and just add things to it. And then you have video capture devices. This would be like if you have an external capture card or a video camera that you want to stream from and connected to a capture card, you would go ahead and add from there. If you have a webcam, it would also be considered a video capture device. So any video capture device that is not the desktop or a program running is going to be added through this feature. So we're going to go ahead and add a video capture device just for this example, and I'm going to call it webcam, and it's going to be repeated for you guys, but that's okay. And right now it's not showing because I am currently recording this video with my webcam, so you can't have two instances of the webcam running. But as you can see, the webcam is running here. So let's say that I wanted to add my desktop. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize this and go back to OBS, and I'm gonna add my desktop. Okay, display capture. And as you can see, my desktop is there. For this example, we're gonna go ahead and try and stream a PowerPoint presentation on Facebook Live. So this is already getting into the how to stream on Facebook. And I'm gonna use one of the PowerPoint presentations that I've used for school. Okay. And you know, it's just for an example, but as I said, you could add your webcam, you can add graphics, etc., etc. Here on the mixer, you have your different audio levels, and if you, well, we'll get into the rest as we go on. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize, and I'm gonna go into Facebook. And here on the top right corner is where you actually switch to your pages. So I'm gonna click on this drop down, and I'm going to go into my page that I have for testing purposes. This is just for the tutorial. And as it loads up, I am going to go ahead and go into the top toolbar section, I guess you could call it. You see inbox notifications. Go ahead and click on publishing tools. And once you're in publishing tools, on your left hand side, you're going to want to click on videos. Now it's a little bit slow right now, so I'm going to click on videos. So you can see here, videos. And here we have several buttons: Insights, Premiere, Watch Party, Live. We want to click on Live, right? Because we want to stream to Facebook Live. So I'm going to click on Live. And some things to note here. Okay, this is the preview window for your live stream. So if OBS is connecting correctly to the live stream, you will have some sort of video signal in this screen. If it is not working correctly, then you will see nothing here. So this is where you see that it's working well. What is it that you want to do? You want to go ahead and go to OBS, right? Go to File, Settings, or you can go to the settings on the bottom right hand corner here. I'm going to go ahead and click there. And you want to go to Stream. And here in Streaming Services, you have different kinds of streaming services or platforms. Right now I have Twitch selected, but let's go ahead and switch to Facebook Live. And this stream key is going to be blank for you guys. So the default server is fine. We want it there. Let's go back to our Facebook page. Now, here's something very important that I'm going to suggest to everybody to do. When you first get to this page, you're not going to have the use persistent stream key selected. You want to go ahead and select this option. Now the reason why you want to select this option is because if you don't select this option, you're going to have to copy your stream key every time you want to stream, and that can be pretty annoying. So we want it to be the same stream key. Hop on OBS, click stream, and it's working. So right now what I did was copied the server URL, right? So we're gonna go ahead and copy this server URL into OBS. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and paste it here, the stream key. And we're gonna go ahead and copy the persistent stream key and paste it here. And now we should be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this up and click Save Changes, and I'm gonna start streaming. Now if the streaming is working fine, you will go ahead and see on the preview page of Facebook, as we can see now, that everything is working well. So what's happening is that OBS is sending data to the Facebook servers, and they are receiving correctly. So if I were to, let's say, work on a presentation, I could go ahead and from OBS, you know, just stream this by flipping through the slides, and you will see this in a second. And I will be having my webcam on the upper left corner, as you guys saw that we can add it. And then we flip over to the Facebook Live. You see there we can see the actual presentation. So let's say we wanted to do an online presentation. Let's say that we wanted to do a tutorial, a technology tutorial, and have our face show up, whatever it is that you want to do. So once that this is working, you can go ahead and type something here. Hello, welcome to my live stream, right? I'm gonna go ahead and close this notification. And once you have this little message, you can go ahead and go live, or you can schedule your live stream for a later time. We're gonna go ahead and go live. As you can see, we are live now. This page has no followers, so it will not be visible to anybody, but if you had people watching and commenting, you would see it here on the right hand side. And basically you can go ahead and you don't have to leave this screen open. You can go ahead and minimize it and continue with your presentation, and it will stream just fine. So going back to OBS, a couple more settings to look at. At the bottom you see dropped frames. Keep a lookout for dropped frames. This basically will let you know if you're having connection issues, or if for some reason you're dropping frames. So you obviously want it at 0%. CPU usage, you want that to be a fairly low percentage. Right now it's at 14%, which is great, it's awesome, but anything I would say 70 or less is good. If you have too many programs running, it will slow down your stream. So what I would recommend is use your streaming laptop just for streaming, and use a secondary laptop if possible for whatever else you want to do. Don't be editing and doing Photoshop and doing heavy intensive things while you're streaming. One more thing I want to show you in settings. So once you go to settings and stream, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream for a second. So if we go back to Facebook, it's gonna go ahead and stop. As you can see, it says something went wrong, please check your stream's connection. So if you were having issues, internet goes off, you would get this message. Back on OBS, we go to settings, stream settings, I'm sorry, output settings. Here on video bitrate, okay, you're going to want to bring that up to 4000, and if we click on the advanced tab for streaming, we want to keep it on 4000, and we want our bitrate to be constant bitrate, right? You can also adjust the audio, the replay buffer, and different settings. So what I do when I want to stream on a platform is I will look up Facebook Live stream settings, right? And let's click on this first link. As you can see, what are the video guidelines for live streaming on Facebook? Recommended is 4 megabytes, as I just did. The max output should be 720p, 30 frames per second, and it'll tell you information about the encoder, the different audio formats. So you want to look at whether you're streaming on Facebook Live or Twitch, whatever platform, YouTube. Look at the recommended settings and follow those recommended settings, because you're gonna want to do exactly as they say. So here, for example, I would rescale the output to 1280 by 720, which is their recommended. So 1280 by 720, and that way we can keep our settings, our guidelines up to par with whatever they are recommended. So that's basically it for this tutorial. I don't want to overextend, but I hope it was useful to you. I hope that you were able to learn something from it, and I hope that you have success in your future live streams. Please subscribe to the channel for future tutorials on technology. Any questions you may have, add them on the comment sections below. I'm more than willing to help. And until next time, it's Kevin. Take care. Have a great day. God bless.